Hello, my name is Dano, and welcome to Rule Your Sound, a place for songwriters, producers, and music lovers to learn techniques from top artists to help take your sound to the next level. Today we're going to study Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa and look at some of the key elements that make this song stand out so that you can incorporate them into your own music. Before we dive in, I would love to hear your thoughts on this song too, so please participate in the discussion by commenting below. Alright, the first thing that we can learn from Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa is to put a chorus teaser in the intro. The intro of a song. This is perhaps one of the most important parts of any song because if you don't capture the listener's attention in the first few seconds, there's a good chance that they're not going to listen to the rest of your song. I love the way that Don't Start Now begins because Dua Lipa took a teaser, the first line from the chorus, and used that as the intro. Let's take a listen.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180.
What I also love is the stark contrast between the intro and the first verse. The intro just has synths and pianos and it sounds very wet with a lot of reverb and delay, and then bam, we do a 180 just as Dua Lipa says, which by the way, I love when people do that and have the lyrics match up to what's actually happening in the song. Then we switch gears, we go right into the first verse that has a staccato-ish bass line and a really sick drum beat. The second thing that we can learn from this song is to drop the drums. Now Dua Lipa is not the only artist that does this. Actually, a ton of artists do this, but I love this technique so much, so I definitely wanted to talk about it today. This is a great way to create an element of surprise because if the listener can guess what's coming next, then they're gonna think your song is boring. So first, let's just take a listen to hear when the drums drop out.
I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me,
I love how Dua Lipa dropped the drums in her pre-chorus because not only does it create that element of surprise, a contrast with the first verse, it also lets us know that something is coming. We all know that the drums are going to come back in, but we're not sure exactly when that's going to happen. So as a listener, we're kind of like on the edge of our seat waiting for the drums to come back in, and then bam, when they do come in, it's the chorus and we're ready to dance it up exactly how the writers and Dua Lipa intended for this song. Let's take a listen.
don't show up.
So let's move right along to number 3, use harmonies to accent specific lyrics. When we're writing an email to someone and there is a specific point that we want to make sure that they get and understand, we can highlight it, underline it, bold, italicize, change the color. But how do you do that in a song when you don't have the visual cues? A great way to emphasize or draw attention to a specific word or phrase is to put some vocal layers on it or harmonies or something that really draws the listener in to let them know that this word is important. Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. Dua wanted to emphasize the word survive you, so right there they added a fifth and there might be an octave in there too with the vocals so that your attention is drawn to it. Let's take a listen.
Though it took some time to survive you.
Another example of this being used is at the end of the second verse. The lyrics are, I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary, I'm not where you left me at all. Dua chose to emphasize that last line, so let's take a listen and hear how she did it.
I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary, I'm not where you left me at all.
I really encourage you when you write your own music to instead of just putting on harmonies or vocal layers where it sounds cool, really think about what point you want to convey, what specific words, specific phrases, and then use that technique so that your listener understands that when they hear your song. For example, in that same phrase, if Dua Lipa emphasized the word scary, we might as listeners think that Dua Lipa is scared or frightened, which is not the case at all. She's saying it's scary how fast she moved on. So really be thoughtful about where you're placing vocal layers and harmonies in your own music. Another great technique that Dua Lipa used in this song is having stable stresses in the chorus. In Writing Better Lyrics by PATTISON, a book I highly recommend and linked for you below, Pat talks about how the number of stressed syllables in a line create either a feeling of stability or instability. So let's say you have 2 lines and they have the same number of stressed syllables, it's going to sound stable. But if you have different number of stressed syllables in your lines, it's going to sound unstable. So let me give you an example so you see what I mean. In the song Happy Birthday, we have 4 lines with 3 syllables each. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. It sounds stable, happy, it's happy birthday. But look what happens if we change the number of stressed syllables in every other line so that instead of it being 3, 3, 3, 3, it's 3, 2, 3, 2. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. It's easy to hear that the second version is more unstable than the first one. If I was listening to this, I might think, is the birthday really not happy? Are you just saying it's happy, but you mean it's not happy? Or perhaps maybe something happened where this birthday is really meaningful or special, so you really want to say happy birthday? I don't know, but either way, there's something more going on than just singing happy birthday. In the chorus of this song, every line has 2 stressed syllables. Not only does this create a feeling of stability, but the fact that there's only 2 syllables creates this feeling of definitiveness and authority. It goes like this. Don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring, about me now, walk away, you know how, don't start caring, about me now. Clearly, Dua's mind is made up, you have no chance, move on. Number 5, space. Don't Start Now has a lot of space, and I don't mean like NASA, unfortunately. What I mean is that there's never too many things happening at once, which makes the song really easy to follow and listen along to. Think of it as white space in design. Here we have 2 flyers. The one on the left is jam-packed, there's a lot of text, there's a lot of layers, there's a lot of thing going on, you're not sure exactly what to pay attention to, and the other one is plain and simple, you can take a quick look at it and take away the key points that whoever made the flyer wants you to take away when you look at it. I do want to be super clear because I'm not saying that one is better than the other. I'm also not saying that music should be simple as opposed to complex. What I am saying is that the artist should make a conscious decision on if they want their song to be dense with a lot of layers, a song that you might have to listen to it numerous times and you keep discovering something new about it, or a song that your listener's going to hear and they're going to get right away. That's your choice as an artist. And what Dua Lipa and her team decided, and what's common in a lot of pop music, is that there's this white space. It's easy to listen to, and you can really pick up the concept and the main points within your first listen of the song. The chorus, which tends to be the high point of most songs, just contains the lead vocals, a bass, a simple Boots and Cats drums to reference an old YouTube video, and then every now and then you get a clap and another effect like a woodblock. There's no meaty instrument here. There's no guitar, keys, or synths filling up the space. There's a lot of white space. Let's take a listen.
Don't show up, don't come out.
So at the end of the day, music is a form of expression. So I hope that some of the techniques that we went over today can help you more clearly and thoughtfully express yourself in a way that allows you to connect with your listeners on a deeper level. And if this was helpful, click that subscribe button because next week we're going to be diving into some Ariana Grande and I know you don't want to miss it.